Imagine a time when ancient Greeks weren't just philosophers and athletes, but also daring adventurers. They set sail across the Mediterranean, not to conquer, but to build new homes and spread their awesome culture. This wasn't just a vacation. It totally changed the Mediterranean world. Forget everything you thought you knew about the ancient Greeks. Roughly between the 8th and 6th centuries BCE, the Greeks embarked on a massive colonization movement, stretching their influence across the vast expanse of the Mediterranean Sea. This wasn't your typical beach vacation. It was a full-blown cultural and economic revolution that forever changed the geopolitical landscape of the region. The clash of cultural conflicts. Before things were peaceful and prosperous, the arrival of these Greek colonists wasn't exactly met with open arms everywhere. Imagine showing up on someone's beach, setting up shop, and claiming it as your own. That's basically what happened. This competition for land and resources often led to clashes with existing populations and established powers like the Phoenicians and Carthaginians. Think epic sea battles and heated arguments over who gets the best olive groves. It wasn't all sunshine and stogas. Developing the trade boom. Imagine a world without Amazon Prime. Trade existed, sure, but delivery times were slow and limited. That's what the Mediterranean was like before the Greeks. Greek colonies, popping up like mushrooms all over the coastline, became bustling hubs of commerce. These new cities, with catchy names like Syracuse and Miletus, acted as middlemen, connecting Greece with distant lands like Egypt and beyond. Spices, metals, olive oil, wine, you name it, they traded it. This trade network wasn't just about making a quick buck. It fostered a sense of interdependence between regions, creating a web of economic connections that would last for centuries. Sharing is caring, especially when it comes to culture. Despite the occasional skirmish, Greek colonization wasn't just about grabbing land. These guys were also pretty proud of their culture, and who could blame them? They had amazing art, fascinating myths, and a political system that encouraged lively debates. Think democracy light. As they settled in new territories, the Greeks brought their way of life with them. This cultural exchange wasn't a one-way street. Local traditions blended with Greek customs, creating new and vibrant cultural identities. Imagine a world where you could worship Zeus while also enjoying some delicious local cuisine. That's the kind of fusion Greek colonization brought about. Rise of the seafaring superstars. Here's an interesting thing about colonization. It requires a pretty impressive navy. After all, how else are you going to get all those people and supplies across the sea? This need for a strong naval force spurred the development of powerful maritime city-states like Athens and Corinth. These guys became the undisputed masters of the Mediterranean, boasting advanced shipbuilding techniques and skilled sailors. Their dominance not only influenced naval warfare, but also shifted the balance of power in the region. United we stand, divided we, well, you get the idea. Now here's the interesting part. Greek colonization wasn't a unified effort led by a single, all-powerful Greek empire. It was more like a bunch of independent city-states all doing their own thing. While this led to the fascinating cultural exchange we mentioned earlier, it also had a downside. All this fragmentation weakened the ability of mainland Greece to project a centralized power in the Mediterranean. Think of it like a bunch of superheroes who could have saved the world if they just worked together. That's kind of the missed opportunity with Greek colonization. A legacy that endures. The impact of Greek colonization wasn't just a blip on the historical radar. It laid the groundwork for the spread of Greek culture throughout the ancient world, paving the way for empires like Alexander the Great's to rise to prominence. The interconnectedness fostered by Greek trade networks continued to influence the region for centuries. Even today, we see echoes of Greek influence in languages, architecture, and philosophical thought. So, the next time you think of ancient Greeks, don't just picture toga-clad philosophers. Remember them as the daring explorers and cultural innovators who reshaped the Mediterranean world with their epic voyages of colonization. That's the amazing story of how Greek colonization rocked the ancient world. It was a time of trade booms, epic clashes, and cultural mashups that left a lasting legacy. But wait, there's more history to explore. If you liked this adventure, hit that like button and subscribe for more epic dives into the past. Let us know in the comments what other historical periods you'd love to learn about. Together, let's unlock the secrets of the past. Goodbye.